And tonight, we once again return to this altered Star Wars universe. Tonight, we will touch base with Naraga and whoever Brian is.
Abraxis.
Abraxis, yes, Abraxis. The soldier from some part of the galaxy.
I am a scoundrel, thank you very much.
Scoundrel, soldier. Is there really much difference? You all fight for different things. Some for money.
Yeah, I would say the difference is I fight for money, but I guess soldiers are paid, so they technically also fight for money.
Yes. So
I guess you're right. There isn't much of a difference.
No, it's really simple. You fight for money, and the cause just happens to be secondary. A soldier fights for a cause, it just so happens to get paid. Distinctions.
Yes. It's an excellent distinction.
I suppose that's a way to look at it.
So, Naraga's just emerged from the cave outside of the Knight's Temple on Dantooine.
Yes, she has. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, before we go too far with this, what the hell was everybody else doing while you were playing in the cave?
That's a very good question. What were you doing while Naraga was playing in the cave?
Like, I don't know anything that happened for a while in this game.
We haven't played it in a while because nobody's shown up.
Well, here's what I remember last. We were on a ship.
Synopsis.
We were on a ship.
Mm-hmm.
I was apparently hired to guard, like, a politician. That politician got killed. David and, like, kidnapped the alien dudes that were controlling the ship, who were the bad guys, and convinced one of them to go down to the planet with us and give us a ship. Then we met some soldiers, and then that was it. And that was like the first session. I don't remember anything after that.
Oh, but there was so much. There was the death of the Queen of Naboo. There was that strange man who was manipulating her. There was the loss of a comrade's ship. They got stolen. What else has happened? You guys all managed to escape the planet, away from the fighting, and made your way to Dantooine, where Cro was trying to get everybody together and riled up to go off and hunt for crystals. Naraga got tired of waiting and went by herself. Mostly because nobody else bothered to show up, so you all sat around twiddling your thumbs in the meantime.
Because, Naraga is such a nice young go-getter.
You were sitting where, twiddling our thumbs?
At the temple.
Oh, okay.
Unless you had something else you'd prefer to have done.
I don't know why. I guess I did go there with them. I'm by no means a fucking Jedi.
There are no Jedi.
No, we are all members of the Order.
Well, you know what I meant. I am not a Force user, let me put it that way.
Doesn't matter, there's normal people around. So what would you have liked to have done while Naraga spent the last 4 hours wandering through a cave?
Okay, so it's been 4 hours that we've been chilling at basically hanging out at the
Yes, you have
temple?
4 hours to kill.
What is there at this temple besides religious practicification going on?
Well, as soon as... Let's see. Temple is... Nope, that's not it. I want... that picture? No, I don't think that's the picture. Is this it? Ah, yes. Come, join me. You were in this area. Naraga discovered a cave. Probably the same cave that Cro was hoping to go and investigate.
I suppose if we were just kind of in our off time,
Mm-hmm.
I was probably just chilling in whatever amounts for like cafeteria, like wherever the food is, basically. Just kind of chilling there,
Food.
get something to eat, shoot the
Let's
shit with some of the
see.
Jedi. Go out of my way to act
Peripheral.
really crass and make them uncomfortable.
So you go and investigate the town some,
Yeah,
looking
pretty
for a
much.
food place. Well, we'll show you that much then. I think it's that button. It's that one. Oh, I know why it's not doing it. Now let's try. There you go. You see the place. There's a small cantina. Um, there's a little lab complex. There's a
I'd
conference
probably take
area.
him down the cantina.
Okay, so you took off and went to the cantina. What did you want to do while you were in the cantina?
Might probably just drink and shoot the shit with other people that are there.
Talking about anything in particular?
Probably not. Maybe I'll play a little Pazak or something.
People seem to get along with you well enough. Seem friendly.
Seem intimidating.
No, they seem pretty friendly here right now.
But my intimidation is so high.
Are you wanting to be intimidating?
Not particularly.
Then why would you not want them to be friendly?
I don't know. I'm cool with them
I can
being
make
friendly,
them
I guess.
unfriendly.
What?
I can make them unfriendly, make them assault you,
No,
take you
it's
into
fine if they're friendly.
Okay. So you spend 4 hours drinking, playing Pazak. Let's see, do you win any? You could about break even in the long haul. So that's what you're gonna do for your 4 hours?
Yep.
Alright. Naraga, you emerge. It's just on dusk, so it's not too bright out here for you. After so long in such a dark cave.
I'm pretty sure, in contrast, the darkness only being lit by lightsaber, no less. When Naraga appears outside of the cave, breathing in that air, it's fresh. It brings a bit of warmth. And in her hand, she holds 2 crystals, twins. And she grips them tight, thinking over lessons long since past, thinking about those times when she learned her craft. This is the next step, but this one was the most personal. The rest is the creation of her own blades, something that'll make her a proper member of the Order. Less than she always being a Padawan. She begins to make her way back to the Enclave, pushing herself through this jungle, this outwards wastes that are so far away from, well, a city that seems a little further with each step, but nevertheless she carries on.
She arrives back at the Enclave, and where in the Enclave are you wanting to head specifically? To the saber making area, or did you want to go
Definitely.
meditate first, or
She's going to continue this journey. It's a journey of 1,000 steps, and she's already taken more than her share of them. So when she finally arrives, she wishes to end up going to forge these crystals to consider the act itself. Taking something that is uniquely a part of yourself, something you've gained from the journey, which is how it should always be, right? And eventually she begins to hone her craft, ever so often looking at the twin gems, these foci crystals that call to her, and the beast that once ended up holding them in sway. It's been an intense couple of hours, and now she just wishes to focus on the calm that is her work.
you find your way to the control or the crafting room. There's nobody in here currently. There's several stations you can choose to work from, none seeming to have anything more or less than any of the others.
And she begins her work. She begins crafting. The intricacies are almost lost on her. She can just dive into the work. And she begins.
The crystals, as you're focusing, meditating with the Force, begin to float, one saber and crystal at a time, disassembling the pieces, exploding to look much like they would on a blueprint. The old crystal floating out, settling down onto the ground near you, as the new crystal is worked into to where the previous one was. The saber begins slowly coalescing back into its form, sealing itself around your new crystal. The second saber and crystal rise as you turn your focus on them. They too begin to come apart, the inner workings on display for anyone who'd be looking. The crystal, this one green, whereas the last one was red, floats down and sits beside each other in stark contrast. The new crystal working its way into this mystical weapon, this weapon of a knight, of a consular, of the order, as it begins to close down until you feel through the Force that final snug tightening. It settles down onto the ground in front of you. Both sabers now complete.
She reaches down and takes them into her hands and looks at them. one in the casing of something she's carried around since she's been very young. Padawan in training. The other one feels worn, held frequent by her master's hand. Now she has no master. But at this point, perhaps the question is, does she still need one? For just a moment, she ignites them both in pairing, watching these pillars of red, of passion and, well, almost recklessness, something that mirrors her own nature. If peace is what you're looking for, it has to start with the self. No amount of laws or half-assed rebellions have ever created peace. Peace has always been something that each individual needs to maintain, needs to find for themselves. And at least right now, for the briefest of moments, as the blades end up falling back into the weapon, into these handles, she's at peace. And when she places them both back into holster, one at her hip, the other at her back, she takes hold of the old crystals. One, this crystal artificially made that has no soul, created for a weapon of a Padawan. And then the other, this green crystal that so long ago her master must have hunted in those same caves to find the one that called to him. She palms it and places them both in. When the time is right, she'll bury that same crystal, perhaps both beside her master. Something that gives her a little bit of peace, closure, as it were.
You place the crystals away.
Yeah. She takes her time going back to the meditation chambers. And if not stopped, she will take the day to meditate upon her accomplishment and her place in the order, however small it may be.
Alright. So, Mr. Aphix? Alpaxis? No.
Abraxis.
Abraxis! I know it is in there somewhere.
Yeah. Brian, change your name in your lower third if you get the chance.
I will in just a second.
Not a problem. I know you're busy.
He's busy putting his eyeball into the camera.
No, I'm busy trying to level up my character because I didn't do that after the last session that I was part of.
So after 4 hours of drinking and carousing, what will Abraxis do?
Suppose I'd probably go figure out what's going on with the rest of the group.
Okay. Anywhere you want to look in particular?
See, David was a Jedi, or a Force user, right?
Mm-hmm. Crow is a Force user, as is Naraga.
So there are 3 Force users. They would likely be in kind of the main temple area, possibly the command center. What was everybody else?
One was a dogman soldier. And the other was a Gungan something.
I'll probably go. I think I will go look for the Dogman Soldier and or the Gungan. See what they're up to.
Okay, let's see. How well does your search go? Let's find out. Ooh, you found somebody. Isn't that glorious?
But what are the people looking for?
Yes, you found the Dogman Soldier. Do you remember his name?
Not off the top of my head.
It's Grell.
Grell, that's right.
He's sitting on some rocks by the lake.
I go up to him and I say, "How's it going, Grell? What have you been up to the last few hours?"
Hunting.
Hunting? Why didn't you invite me along? I love to hunt.
It was for food.
What, just because it's for food means you can't enjoy it?
You have coins, you buy food, you don't hunt.
Yeah. But if I went hunting with you, I could help you get more food than you would otherwise get by yourself.
Or you might scare away food.
I happen to be a very good hunter, thank you.
Mayhaps one day you can show me all these wonderful skills of hunting you have.
Maybe. I'm so good at it, I in fact intend to turn it into a career soon.
You will go to backwater worlds and hunt game to feed the people?
I'll probably end up hunting something a little more dangerous than just animals.
What is more dangerous than animals?
Criminals. Undesirables. Really, whatever will pay the most.
So your care is for the money and not the person or the crime.
Try not to think about who they are, what they've done. Makes things complicated.
But you would hunt them like an animal, taking from them their life.
Well, seems
All
to
because
me some
someone
people
else
need
says
things
that.
taken away from them.
All because someone else says that they have killed or stolen, and that is enough.
It's not my job to judge anybody.
No, but you would be their executioner. Should you not care about the manner of their prosecution or persecution?
Not everyone that wants someone hunted wants them killed. Some want them brought back alive so they can face other punishments.
Being
It is
made a
not my job to judge
slave,
these people.
tortured.
Arrested, put in jail. It's not my job to decide these people's fate. Someone wants them hunted down, I hunt them down. Whether that means I have to kill them, whether that means I have to capture them and bring them somewhere else, I will do whatever the job is.
You follow easily. many are needed like that in the pack.
I don't think of myself as a member of a pack or a follower. If I were a follower, I would be a soldier. They hunt. They kill. Hunt's not the right word. They kill people because somebody else says so, because somebody else wants to attain more power. I hunt so that I can make a living, so that I can see more of the galaxy, so I can do more with myself. The bounty hunt is a means to an end, nothing more, nothing less.
I hear no difference in the words you speak.
The difference is I take orders from me and only me. I can choose what job to take, what job I don't want to take. Soldiers, they are given orders, they must follow them. If they don't, they will be executed for abandoning their post. If I choose not to take a job, then nothing happens. I just find a different job to take. No one will kill me for not taking a job.
If this allows you to sleep, then that is on you.
I sleep just fine.
And he seems to be staring off into the distance.
I turn around and walk away.
Okay. As you're walking back into town, let's see, do you notice? Nope, you don't see anything out of especially special or interesting as you're walking back into town.
Yeah, how do I fix my nameplate?
Okay. You will click on the Hangout toolbox. You have to turn off your lower third, type in what you want to change it to, and then turn it back on.
Okay.
Perfecto. Muchas gracias. Sorry, somebody from another world. So what do you wish to do now?
Process means it's okay. What?
So what do you wish to do now?
I really don't know, honestly. I guess I'll just kind of wander around, see if I can find maybe some work for a scoundrel.
What kind of work are you looking for?
Whatever pays the best.
Actually, high or low?
Hi.
Nope, you did not find any work.
Oh, that's a crying shame. Didn't really expect to at an order temple, but, you know, doesn't hurt to look.
So what are your next plans?
Oh, I guess I'm going to head toward the temple to see if I can find David's character and see how things are going with all of that stuff.
So you're gonna search for Cro.
Yes.
You find him. He seems to be in a meditation room, meditating. Do you want to disturb him?
Is there anyone outside the meditation room that I could talk to?
Nope. There is not.
Okay, since I don't see anyone,
Do you want to check other meditation rooms, see if there's somebody who's not caught up in meditation?
trying to decide if my character would even really care that he's meditating. Because I feel like I would just kind of go in and not really care. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to, like, go on, just walk right into the meditation room David's in.
Okay, you go into the meditation room that Crow is in. He
Crow,
seems to
what's
be
going
ready.
on?
First, he doesn't seem to be responding to you.
Crow?
Yes.
What's going on?
Meditating. Gaining my center, my focus.
Okay, but I meant with, you know, the work we've been doing, all that stuff.
We were waiting for the council to make a decision.
How much longer is it going to take them to make a decision?
I don't know. They can be quite passionate and heated, yet calm and wise. A strange dichotomy.
Well, what is there to do around this place? Only fun I've found is at the cantina. And I've been there for 4 hours already.
I was thinking of heading into the crystal caves, but I got sidetracked and needed to reclaim my focus and center before that. But distracted at the death of my master. I apologize.
It's fine. But what's there to do around here?
You could allow them to run tests on you in the lab.
What kind of tests?
Whatever kinds are necessary.
Necessary for what?
Curing an ailment. Testing out a new syringe, a new type of bacta. You know. I hear they even pay people. Sometimes quite well.
Pay, you say? Why didn't you just say that in the first place?
Because not everyone runs on a financial motivation.
Well, maybe not people at this temple, but the rest of the universe, people run on a financial motivation.
Well, as you wish. Was there anything else you wished?
No, I guess not.
Very well.
And I leave again.
Okay, you leave. You want to go see what people in the other meditation rooms are doing, or do you want to head off to the lab? Do you want to go back to the cantina?
I'm going to head off to the lab.
Okay. You arrive at the lab, and there's a young Selkath there. Their very fish-like, catfish-like face. Moist, smooth skin. Seems to have a data pad that they're entering information in at the front desk. Oh,
I walk up
may
to the
I
person.
help you?
I hear you guys pay people to test out syringes and stuff.
Oh, yes, very much so.
How much?
It depends on the severity of the item you're testing.
Well, what do you need tested right now?
We have a polymute syringe that we need tested.
Paula, what?
Polymute?
What's that mean?
That's information is classified.
If you're gonna be using this stuff on me, I think
Well,
it's
you'd
fair that I
have
know
to
what it
sign
does.
a non-disclosure agreement
Okay, well,
before we
how
can give
much?
you the specifics of what it does.
How much does it pay?
5,000 credits.
Where's that non-disclosure agreement?
And they turn the data pad they were just looking at and hit a couple buttons and hand it to you and say, fill it out and leave your thumbprint
I fill,
identification.
I fill it out and I leave my thumbprint.
It takes you about half an hour to fill out this long form. They're even asking questions about your genetic background from like at
Okay.
least 5 generations. It's kind of ridiculous.
Okay. At some point, as I'm filling it out, when I get to the point where it's like starting to ask me about further back generations, I ask the person at the desk, "What if I don't know the genetics of my great grandmother?"
Um, do you at least know what race and species she was?
As far as I know, human.
Well, at least put that in there.
Okay. And I just kind of go back to filling out the paperwork until I get it done.
Okay. About 20 more minutes and you're finally done. Your hand is tired from all of this data entry. You take it back up to them and you put the thumbprint signature on it.
All right.
And they look it over, scanning through it real quick and say, all right, thank you very much. I'll have somebody out to help you momentarily.
All right. Well, as long as I'm waiting, what is this, Paula? What's its stuff do?
Polymute?
Yeah, that.
Well, it's a mutagen that affects multiple different portions of the genetic code.
So what is this going to give me powers like the First Order guys have, or the First Order, like like the Order guys have? They can like push stuff with their mind. So that'd be pretty cool.
Well, we're not entirely sure. Nobody's been willing to test it out yet.
Well, what kind of dangers am I up against here? Is this stuff going to kill me?
We don't think so. Vast majority of the test mice and animals have survived just fine.
Well, I don't know if this occurred to you or not, but I am not a mouse. So,
Correct, that is why you signed the non-disclosure agreement. And just then a nurse comes out from the side and he says, Abraxis, please follow me.
sure thing. I follow her.
Him.
Or him, sorry.
He takes you back to a room. Looks much like a hospital room might. There's a table, a chair, stool, um, a tray of instruments, and you gotta look around, look for anything, do anything.
Not really.
Okay. Where are you gonna sit? You gonna stand?
I go and sit like on the end of the medical table, or yeah, medical table bed thing.
Okay, you sit on the medical table. The nurse says, the doctor will be in with you shortly. And he gives a little nod and closes, and the door closes as he leaves. 15 minutes later, there's a little beep beep, Peter, at the door, and it opens. And a relatively young-looking woman walks in. Her green skin kind of stands out, though. She has some black tattoos on her face.
What race is she?
Moralkin?
Hmm.
How's it pronounced? Um, I don't remember how it's pronounced specifically off the top of my head now. But she's generally human looking. She just has a dark green skin and black tattoos and hair.
All right.
And she says, "Excellent, you're still here. So you've been briefed."
Hold on. Sorry, my phone's ringing.
Sorry.
Uh-huh. Naraga is having a great meditation, feeling good. She made the sabers.
Yeah, she did. She's content. Yeah, content's the word. Still, more work to be done. Probably best if she takes the time to end up going to see her elders, those above her in the order. Try and end up seeing what it
Sorry, it
is.
was my dad.
Oh. No worries.
Okay.
Take it back. Go ahead.
Back to getting injected with weird, strange drugs.
She picks up this syringe. It's probably, the tube is about that long on it, and it's probably that full of stuff. It's pretty full. And the needle on the end is about that long, and probably a good 14 gauge,
Okay.
which as far as syringe size needles is pretty big.
Yeah.
She walks over, cleans her hands. She picks up the syringe, inserts it into the droid that's with her. She says, okay, now I need you to lay on your stomach.
Okay. So I lay down on my stomach.
And can you pull your pants down, please? This must be...
Are you injecting this into my ass?
It must be injected into the butt cheeks, yes.
All right. And I pull down my pants.
And she says, this may hurt a little. And a moment later, you feel this sharp, stinging sensation as the needle is almost just rammed into your the left side of your buttocks. So deep that and it has a sudden stop. You're pretty sure it hit your hip bone. And then you feel this burning sensation as the liquid that was in that syringe begins to pump in. After 2 seconds or so, the syringe is removed, and you begin to catch your breath from this fiery, burning sensation. Are you going to try and do anything?
Yeah, I'm going to tell the nurse that. I'm going to say, you need to do a diagnostic on that robot. I think the sensitivity on that arm holding the syringe is a little too sensitive, little too powerful.
I'll have it looked at. And then you feel another stab in the other butt cheek. This one doesn't seem to have gone quite as deep, but then you have that burning sensation again. And now your whole hips are on fire as this fluid is pumped into your body. Stay, camera. Camera. Stop fighting. Do as you're told. Thank you. Your hips feel like they're on fire. And finally the syringe pulls out of your right butt cheek. And she says, alright, thank you. We'll let you know if there's anything else we need from you.
Is this supposed to make my ass burn?
Oh. I don't know. We haven't tried it on humans yet. Thank you for letting me know. She pulls out a data pad and starts entering in information on it.
So, what is it exactly that this stuff is supposed to do?
Well, it could cause some slight mutations to your genetic makeup.
What kind of mutations exactly?
Well, I don't know. Some of the test subjects have experienced a somewhat... what's the word? Hardening of their skin slightly. Some have had claw-like protrusions grow from their fingers and toes.
Protrusions?
Yeah, like oversized claws. Some of the smaller test subjects have experienced a full metamorphosis.
What kind of metamorphosis? And why didn't you guys tell me this before you injected me with this shit?
It was in the non-disclosure agreement. Didn't you stop and read it?
No. Thing was long as hell.
Oh. Well, best of luck to you. And she starts walking towards the door. And it opens.
I guess I should probably pull my pants up now.
If you want, that is entirely up to you. You're welcome to walk around with your pants down if you want.
No, I'm going to pull my pants up.
You pull your pants up. You are no longer looking like a little gangbanger.
I guess I'm gonna go to the front desk and get my money from them.
He says the money will be transferred into the account that you specified within 10 business days.
Better be. If not, I'm coming back here.
If you suffer nausea, fever, headaches, vomiting, or death, please come back and let us know right away.
Okay, how am I supposed to come back and let you know if I'm experiencing death? I would be dead.
Let somebody know before you die. Have a good day. It's a pleasure working with you.
I take off.
Where are you gonna go? What you gonna do? Or you want to just take a break and relax for a second now that your ass is burning?
Is it still burning, or is it that
Yeah,
kind
it
of going
actually
down?
feels like it's kind of spreading down into your thighs and up into your lower back.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna just like go outside the clinic and just kind of sit down somewhere. Give it a
Okay.
couple minutes to see if the burning sensation goes away.
We'll jump back to Naraga then, who was reminiscing on her accomplishments.
Yes. And was about to take the time to, well, quite frankly, end up showing up to her elders. She needs to learn about this threat that she ended up seeing earlier, the one that is responsible for the death of her master. And, well, perhaps along her way she meets Abraxis, who has been unceremoniously jabbed in both sides of the buttocks with chemicals of mysterious origin that may or may not cause death, along with a whole slew of other side effects that he may not live to report on.
Abraxas, you see Naraga walking around.
Okay, I'm. He's gonna see me sitting there, and I'm just like rubbing my ass cheek.
Is this a human interaction I'm not familiar with? It's a cultural thing, perhaps.
No, I went into that medical lab and they injected me with some shit and gave me money for it, and now my ass burns.
Did it make you happy?
When I get the credits deposited into my account, it'll make me happy.
Hmm. Oh. Did I dare ask what sort of injections you were taking?
They, what did they call it? A polymute, I think is what they called it. They said it could mutate me, give me claws or something, or
Oh, yeah,
could
I've had
possibly
it.
kill me, but I doubt that.
Is it a case of you have experience with these chemicals before? Or, it
No,
seems so strange.
I was just bored and wanted some money, and Crow said that, or not, that they sometimes pay people to be injected with stuff in the medical lab, so I figured, what the hell?
You didn't seem so desperate for credits. I mean, if you were
I
to
never
ask
said I
me
was
for an
desperate for
injection.
credits, I just like money.
Well, far be it for me to judge.
Where have you been?
She places her hand on her hip, and that hip is holding onto a lightsaber. She looks down at it for a second. Expanding my horizons, really. I've taken the time to construct my own lightsaber, my own weapons. And maybe this is that youngness in her that makes her want to brag or show off, but she pulls the one from her hip, which honestly it doesn't look any different from the one you may have seen earlier. However, the second one's the one that might be a little bit more interesting because last time you met, as far as I know, you never seen a secondary weapon on her, but
I don't remember seeing it, so I'm going to go with no, I haven't.
no. She ends up pulling out a second one. And she just kind of looks at them in pairs, and their designs are vastly different. One seems to be almost straight, older look. It's well worn. The handle
Would
grip
that be
is worn out a bit.
presumably
Pardon?
that's the one I've seen before?
That would be her master's, yes. The other one is more of a curved handle, something a little bit more elegant, a little bit more modernized.
Along the lines of Count Dooku's?
Yeah, that would probably be a best example.
Okay.
I did some meditation and had them. I've been preparing them for the task ahead, whatever it may be. And is this place crowded at all?
At this time of night or early evening, not really.
Yeah. So the earlier one, that's more larger in its stature, more built for bulk, a completely different weapon styling, ignites, and if you... I apologize, somebody's at the door.
As it ignites, you see a very strange blade emerge from it. The core of this blade is almost pure black, with a red energy radiating out of it.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
Sorry about that. But no, when she ends up drawing the weapons, she ignites them both. And if you have seen her Master Saber at any given time, you would have known it was a very luminescent green, whereas this one mirrors the other, and both are in fact a much deeper shade of red. It's not the very light-hearted one that you ended up seeing beforehand, where it was so filled with energy. Now they're both something else. I mean, you don't know what the real difference is, but there's something else about them, something in addition of.
The core of them is very close to black. The outer is a very dark red.
Yeah. I've been thinking on, well, where we may be going. And if any degree of luck exists in the universe, I believe, as she retracts them both, starts placing them back into the holsters, that justice will be dispensed in the end. It'll bring me peace, at least.
Peace is a rare thing these days.
And in my belief is only held by the individual themselves. I believe that peace amongst the stars is an illusion. It's a pipe dream of impracticality. All peace starts with the self, coming to terms with who and what you are. And I look for everyone to have that opportunity. Pardon, I doubt someone like you, Abraxis, would end up appreciating a discussion of philosophy at this point. After all, your trade is in credits. Still, thank you for indulging me, nevertheless.
Anytime.
Careful, I might end up taking you up on that. Still, what is it that you're wandering these corridors for? Aside from reeling from your recent chemical inserts.
Just trying to keep myself busy while we wait for the council to make a decision.
Well, I was hoping to discuss matters with them if you care to join. You can be my guest.
Sure.
You guys are making your way to the council chambers then. And as you approach the doors, they begin to open them to let you in, and that is where we will end for now.